This is an Ironman Pinewood Derby car that my son and I made using our X-Carve / Shapeoko 2 CNC machine from Inventables. If you would like to see the video of him describing his Pinewood Derby car model and how he made it, click on this link. He really did a great job on it. He learned a ton about how CNC works and all the various software and technologies that are used, and I'm very proud of him. So please click that link and check it out. So really the first step to building something like this is to ultimately model up what you want in some sort of 3D modeling program. In our case, Charlie started with a sketch. He had a piece of paper that had an outline of the Pinewood Derby block on it, so it had the right dimensions on the paper. And then he looked at a picture from online like this one that had Ironman on it, and he kind of sketched out the features that he wanted from that template, but limited to the space of the Pinewood Derby block on the paper. From there, I took his sketch and I went into the SketchUp software and drew his sketch on top of a similar rectangle with the right Pinewood Derby block dimensions. And once I had sort of the rough outline of what he had drawn, I used the push-pull interface to kind of push and pull down the various places to make the 3D model. So here I'm going to share with you guys both the original SketchUp model that we made and the resulting STL file that we exported out. If you use it for a Pinewood Derby car or anything else, all we ask is that you please share a picture with us, because we all really want to see what you guys make with it. Once you have the 3D model exported into STL model format, then you need some sort of CAM software that can take that 3D model and generate the G-code necessary to cut out that model from a solid block. In our case, we use a software called MeshCam, which is really great software. It worked really good for what we're doing. Unfortunately, it's a little bit expensive, but they do offer a fully functional free trial that you can use, which is what we did. There's also other software called CamBam and a few others that do similar things. Inside MeshCam, you define the milling operations that you want using various bits. I separated ours into a roughing pass, a finishing pass, penciling with an end mill, and finally penciling with a ball nose bit. Here you can see a screenshot of some of the simulation of the G-code that I did using Camotics, which is, the software used to be called OpenSCAM back when this was done, but it's now called Camotics. It's free software, and I highly recommend simulating any of your CNC cuts using software like Camotics before you cut them out on your machine. Once you have that part cut out, it's on to cutting out the holes on the bottom for the weights, as you would in any Pinewood Derby car. You drill them out, as well as holes for the battery holder and the LED wires. In our case, we had an LED in each eye and one in the chest. You'll also need a small groove to run the wires in, which you can either mill out on your machine, or you can carve it out with a Dremel, or you can do whatever else works, because it doesn't need to be pretty. We used a 2032 coin cell battery holder in ours, which you can see here, and you can buy those for pretty cheap on eBay or on Amazon. Then it's time to move on and do your sanding and your painting. Once you've got all that finalized, you can use hot glue to secure the battery holder and the wires and the LEDs. Then from the top side, you can fill in around the LEDs in the eyes and the chest with hot glue to make the LED light diffuse and glow. For the chest, you can fill in the surrounding cracks with putty or Play-Doh so that the hot glue doesn't run in those channels. And then after the glue dries, you can pick out that Play-Doh. So that's it for this video. I hope that whatever you decide to build with your Cub Scout in the garage, that you enjoy the time together and that your Cub Scout learns a lot about tools and building things with their hands.